Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. August 1st, we made it through a new month, to a new month. Uh, Man, with everything that's going on in the world today, I always try to take time out to find the positive in every single situation. And I don't know, today my heart is kind of heavy because I talked to my father today. And I just need your prayers for my father. But in talking to him, it made me realize a couple of things. The importance of relationships with your children. And after I talked to my father, I came home and I explained the situation with my father to my eldest son, and I gave him a hug. I gave him a big hug. Um, for those that don't know, my eldest son was in an accident on his birthday a few weeks ago, and totaled the car out or whatever, but not a scratch on him. And the only thing I can think about when I first saw him to pick him up was that little brown baby boy in that little weight machine at the hospital. And it seems like I missed out on a whole lot, and all that could have been taken away in just that instant. And it gave me a greater appreciation for one, being a father, and then two, being a son to an elderly father now. I haven't always been the best son, which translated into not being the best father. But I did notice one thing. The better I treated my father, the better the relationship got with my father, the better the relationship became with my sons. And really, that makes me happy. So to the fellas out there that have children that they're not really having a relationship with, whether it be because of the mother or whether it be of your own accord, you have to find a way to fix that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You, as the father, have to find a way to fix that. Not only that, not only fix it because it needs to be fixed, but you miss out on so much. There's so much about my son that I don't know, that I'm relearning about him and the time that he's spending with me, and so many similarities between us two. That time is so valuable. And then even with my father, looking at my son and then to my father, I see where some of our characteristics come from. We all have the same attractive smile, things of that nature. We all have that personality, that sense of humor. And I probably gave this message before, but really, really just did some soul searching after talking to my father and giving my son a hug, and just really did some soul searching. And time is too short to have any kind of beef with your parents. That's just the honest to God's truth. We miss out so much by not talking to them and thinking that we're hurting them when we're hurting ourselves, and then we're hurting our future generations. You know, I just I just want to kick myself sometimes for missing out and not fighting harder for my sons uh, when they were younger, and missing out on so much. But it's just, I need you guys to pray for my father. Um, Keep him in your prayers. Keep him in your prayers. Like I said, I always try to find the silver lining out of every dark cloud. And when I talked to him today, um, you could tell he was in pain. You could tell he was in pain. And if I really could take that pain away from him, then I would. But I understand the circle of life as well. Uh, they take care of us when we're little, and so when they get older, it's up to us to take care of them. And I'm a firm believer the way you treat your parents is the way your children treat you. And that's another reason why I started doing right by my father, because I want my children to do right by me. And then too, you need to have your children do right by you. You need to do right by your parents. You know, they say what comes around goes around. This earth is definitely a circle, and it does come back around. That I'm really enjoying the time I'm spending with my son and learning him, and in turn learning about myself as well. I've said it before, and I'll say it a million times. I'm a better father to adults than I am to children. Maybe exception to my daughter, but she's easy. And then having a conversation with my mother a couple weeks back, she said the same thing. I guess she said part of the reason why she didn't have any more children, and part of the reason my aunt didn't have any children, because I was so bad. Oh, but and I guess the second part of this thing is never take moments you have to spend with your parents or with your children. Never take those moments for granted. He's had so many teachable moments with me, and I've learned so much from him that it's almost like meeting somebody for the first time. You know, he's definitely made that transition from a little boy into a grown man, and it's something to behold. Um, and even in that, don't take the old folks for granted. You know, my dad used to tell stories, and you know, sometimes you're a teenager, you don't want to hear those stories, but as you get older and you understand that it's getting closer to the time for them to make their transition into the afterlife, um, those stories become more meaningful. And you look forward to hearing those stories, even though you've heard them a million times. You look forward to hearing those stories, because at some point, those stories are going to stop. And all you have left is the memories. Um, I don't take this as me putting him in the grave already, but he's not getting any younger. And I think that's the part it's kind of scary, but it's something that you're born knowing. We're all born, in a sense, born dying, you know. And I don't want to waste these last few, or these last years, or how many ever years I have left with him. So I'll put that challenge out to anybody. One, if you have beef with your parents, fix it. Definitely fix it, you know, because you never know when they're going to go. And two, fellas, if your relationship with your children isn't as strong as it should be, fix it. Be the bigger person and fix it. You may have to hear a bunch of crap from your the baby's mom, baby mamas, your children's mother, but fix it. You do your part, fellas, and fix it. I really hated getting on child support, but child support doesn't last forever. I'm a testament to that. Child support doesn't last forever. Do the things that you should be doing as a parent and fix it. You guys have a good weekend.